Your fever is high, and the pressure to log in at work is too. But when you finally decide to take care of you, there's Instacart. Just because that one perfect coworker of yours is attending all meetings, camera on while she's sneezing, coughing, and aching, doesn't mean you have to do the same. Take it from us. Trying to stay on top of things will only get you further behind. Instead, get everything from tissues and teas to cough suppressants and comforting soups delivered through Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. If anyone needs anything, they can just redirect their questions to that one perfect coworker of yours.
The following is a GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street production. You've discovered your link to GoPowerCat.com's PowerCat Overtime podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor, and it starts right now. Now, let's go to the WTC Gig-Powered Studios. Here's your host, GoPowerCat.com publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
Welcome to the Overtime. We had an overtime for you last week, but I literally don't know what happened. We sat in this room right here in the WTC Gig-Powered Studios. I hiccuped.
I was not here, but I was on the phone.
No, you were here for this.
Oh, it wasn't?
You were on the phone for the Questions and Overtime podcast?
Yeah. This is the first time I've been in this room since before I left.
Wow, I don't miss you at all. We sat in, but I was here, and we sat in here and recorded 2 segments of the Questions podcast. Start, stop, and then we go to the overtime, start, stop. It recorded. We know it recorded because we can hear it in our headphones. We had a change in our setup because we kept having failings. Now we listen through the recording device, so we know it was going to the device. And it's like the card failed. I get in the card, and we did about 35 minutes of overtime, and it showed 18 minutes of flat line. There was nothing there.
Just don't know. I don't know how that's possible.
Bizarre. It scares me. Because now I can't remember what card it was, and it's still in the card rotation. We could get screwed at any moment. Anyhow, this is the Overtime. We're sponsored by The Fridge. I'm Tim Fitzgerald. That's Riley Gates and Zach Carlson. I forget to introduce ourselves. I mean, I know you know who we are, but maybe not. Maybe you're just on Apple Podcasts. I'm bored. I'll listen to this thing. I think it's about boats.
It is not about boats.
I think it's about building things.
Building things.
I couldn't think of the word. Like a little, like a vehicle that has a little shovel in front, or the Power Cat. Sounds like.
Interesting.
Anyhow, we're going to have fun. We don't have many questions in this overtime, which is okay. I don't have to answer, hey, what's your favorite gift of all time? I don't know. The gift of peace. The gift of getting to go to the Liberty Bowl every 4 years. They try so hard. That's what I dislike about the Cheez-It Bowl, is they don't try hard. They just say, hey, we're going to get you drunk, show up to the game, and you can't do anything. Just be happy you're here. We're the Cheez-It Bowl, and oh yeah, we're part of the Fiesta Bowl, and that's much cooler. This bowl takes itself seriously. They try hard. But the facility sucks. That press box is awful.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
At least they what they did what we did to the studio since we've been gone. Like updated a little bit.
The stadium has been updated.
The media room was the press conference room was
a lot better. But yeah, the press boxes, it's just, they need to tear that off. And Laird Veach, the new athletics director at Memphis, I know you don't own that stadium. You rent it from the city, but maybe go build your own stadium if they won't put a better press box and suites on that thing. Just go do your own thing.
If you build it, he will come.
I'm so happy I'm not a Memphis beat writer.
Oh, it was miserable up there.
Now, I'll say this. There's probably about 5 Memphis beat writers, so you could just space out. But my
God, did you see how many Memphis commercial appeal writers were at that game, covering a game that involved no teams of their own? That was impressive.
I did not enjoy the Liberty Bowl. Just say that.
And they keep losing.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to cover a loss. I would like to cover the Kansas State Victory Bowl. K-State goes and wins. It'll be in Wamego, because we all win when we go to Wamego.
Because of WTC.
Ha!
One of our sponsors.
The WTC Bowl, live from Wamego. Kansas State versus
Haskell Indians University.
Haskell Indian College. K-State by 90. Oh, boy. It was a long drive. It's not just that it's a 9-hour drive. How many different GPS directions do you have to take to get there? You're going to go here, then you're going to go there, and you're going to take this road, then you're going to take that road, and then you're going to straight up Missouri, then you got to get on that road, then you get over on 435, then you go up there, and then you can go through Lawrence, or you could go through up there all the way to Legends. And it's like, good God, I want a highway directly to wherever I'm going.
I'm excited to trash this bowl game and some aspects of Memphis in this Overtime podcast.
Well then, thank you, Fridge, for letting us do this. We appreciate you, Fridge. You are better than anything I saw in Memphis. And I mean that as a compliment, even though it's not much of one. Here we go. Your questions from Wabash Station.
From Ema Wildcat 82, was there more semi-automatic gunfire coming from Memphis or West Memphis Tuesday night? Seemed like a lot from our West Memphis vantage point.
We were in a great place.
Did you hear anything on Beale Street at all?
No.
because you were inside. I did not hear anything at our hotel downtown.
We got wanded. There was no metal.
Security setups at every intersection
Awesome.
on Beale.
Awesome.
It was really good.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was annoying to have to wait 20 minutes to get to Beale, but still.
No, that's...
In the end, you appreciate it.
Yes. There were some people behind me that were very upset. And I'm very upset with how long it took because it was not... They were scanning IDs at the gate, the little barcode or whatever on the back of your ID, and then you went up and they wanted you. I mean, it took me 35 seconds to go through that process.
Yeah.
But it took that process should move faster.
There should have more people doing it.
Yes. And they shouldn't have 60-plus-year-olds trying to work these scanners. But I digress. There are people behind me that were just livid that there was a security line. And I was like, well, I don't want to be shot tonight.
Riley, I'm going to say something you need to hear. It wasn't about their age. It was about their training. A 60-plus-year-old can run something just as well as a 24-year-old if they're given the right instructions. They didn't train people.
There you go. It was interesting.
Your generation really doesn't like older people. I mean, I'm dead serious about it. Your generation really has a hard-on for anyone with some age on them.
Yeah.
There were no gunshots, though.
Which is disappointing. Memphis, you can do better.
Don't meme too far. From Ema Wildcat 82, can you get more restaurant recommendations from Catfish? And in parentheses, they mean Ryan Black. We went to Cookout near the stadium after the game and had a great meal. The strawberry shake made me briefly block out the trick play.
Good decision on the Cookout. That's what we did.
So Ryan is kind of 2 for 2. He's had that Restaurant Tyler in
Starkville,
thank you. And now he recommended Cookout.
Is that what he? I didn't.
Yeah, well, he didn't really recommend it. I brought it up and he affirmed it for what it is. He's never said it's great food. Although you guys loved your burgers.
It was delicious.
I had corn dogs that were not as good as Sonic, but they were corn dogs, for God's sakes. They were serving the purpose. There was food on a stick, something our society doesn't have enough of. But yeah. And if you missed the Insiders podcast, he has now been named Catfish by his co-hosts because of his southern ties and his affinity to eat catfish.
It's very fitting. Very fitting.
We're trying to talk him into changing his Twitter handle to Catfish Black.
I don't think he's going to do it.
I think he's a wimp. He's scared. He's scared of the national appeal he'll get from being known as Catfish Black.
Here's the thing. K-State went to Liberty Bowl this year. Not going to go for another 3 years at least.
God, I hope so.
And they've already played at Mississippi State. They've already played at Vanderbilt. There's no future Southern teams on the schedule.
Yeah, there aren't.
I don't think
Vanderbilt comes. Who comes here next year?
I meant road games.
Yeah, I know.
Vanderbilt comes here next
They
year.
do come here next year. And future is like Colorado and Arizona and Rutgers. And
Stanford comes back.
Stanford comes back.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Or we go somewhere else, but whatever. Ryan Black is not going to be worth a whole lot at this point.
Oh, yeah, we could just get rid of him.
His recommendations for the South are not needed.
Yeah, probably a bowl game.
What bowl game?
We'll get into that.
Oh, boy.
From Adam K63, was the meal in the press box one of the best you've had this year?
No, not.
Really?
I mean,
Texas.
it was fine. Texas was by far
always
the
good.
best.
Texas,
Oklahoma State was better barbecue than that.
Yep. Oklahoma State's barbecue that they serve every year was way better than that.
Other meals. Texas Tech. Did we eat Texas? I didn't really eat Texas Tech. They had sliders.
Oh, I ate
was
a little.
better.
Those sliders were good. It was
That
weird
was-
because I had
that was
just
better.
eaten a large burger and then I went and ate sliders.
KU had tacos.
Those weren't
Those were
bad.
fine.
I made a little taco salad thing.
Well, let me ask
K-State
this.
put out a consistently decent meal
K-State
this year.
gave me what I thought K-State would give me.
I thought what we had in the press box at Liberty Bowl was better than anything K-State did all year.
No.
I think K-State had one. K-State had one meal at one point that I was really impressed with.
No, I'm not saying K-State's food was bad. I'm just saying I don't think it's really good.
I'll side with Fitz on that. I think that bowl game beat every home game, and that's it. I don't think it beat anything else.
It redeemed my thoughts on Memphis barbecue because after eating at Rendezvous, which locals will now tell you has fallen off the end of the world in terms of quality, it was really bad barbecue. I mean, if your dad did it and served it for dinner, you'd say, Dad, this isn't very good. But they had a name with this Rendezvous. And everyone says go to Central Barbecue. And I wish we had. Kellis went and said it was good barbecue, but not Kansas City. This was, what was it?
Hog Wild.
Hog Wild,
Not
not
not,
the
Hog
Not the
Wild.
Salina Hog Wild.
or the whatever.
Wichita.
The local area. It was a different Hog Wild.
I think they closed later than 8.
And it was good. The ribs were much better than Rendezvous.
Sausage was amazing.
Sausage was very good. The chicken was nice. It was, and it was good barbecue. But I can name
pulled pork because that's all I got. And
no.
the pulled pork was so bad.
It was.
I thought it was awful. So that's all I ate.
But so I'll say this: I think right now I could name you at least 5 different places in Kansas City, if not 10, if I put my mind to it, because I have problems remembering names. I'll say this: Hayward's went out of business and it was better.
Oh, I was just about to say Hayward's. Yeah.
So there's a question about Memphis barbecue. Do you just want to combine it into this one?
Yeah, sure. Read that.
Yeah, sure. From Autumn Cat, tell us about your barbecue escapades in Memphis. Where did you go and what did you order?
We didn't do enough.
We didn't, but honestly didn't.
I didn't want it to be all barbecue. I wanted to have some fish. We made one bad restaurant decision, and that was
Huey's.
Huey's.
I wouldn't say it was bad. It was just like, well, I was underwhelmed.
Well, and
It
we
was
were
it was whatever.
we were between
Cisco,
press
US
conferences,
yeah.
and we were trying to get in and out of someplace, and we got in and out. We sat at the bar, ate food, and left. Went back to work, but yeah, you're right.
It was food service food.
Right.
It was like order it from a.
We didn't
A
have.
freezer.
It wasn't like they threw us in a press conference from 8 to noon, and then we had all day to go explore barbecue places. Like we had very limited windows to eat. Zach and I barely had enough time to walk up to a Jimmy John's, grab a sandwich, and then come back. So It was tougher. Look, I got Memphis people are pissed at me. They're still in my mentions because I said their barbecue's bad. But I stand by it. It's not good. All right, first off, just because you're not good at making beef, like, I'm not trying to take a dig at Ryan Wallace here, but he was like, if you're going there and you want to have good beef, just don't even order it. It's not very good. I'm like, that's not you don't just get to use that as an excuse. Oh, we don't do beef that well. Do it better. Get better at it.
What did
Do
Kelly
it good
say?
or don't do it good or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Central Barbecue is best known for their nachos. Red flag warning right there. If you're best known for your nachos, you're probably not doing a good job.
I was told pork is your specialty. Pork is what Memphis prides itself on. How was your pulled pork garbage?
It was garbage.
So dry.
It was. I mean, even at Rendezvous, just their pulled pork was mediocre at best. It was.
Yeah.
I'm not good yet on a smoker, and I do better pulled pork.
And those ribs that we had to eat, I was prying the meat off with my teeth. It was, and they were dry, tasteless. I'm not exaggerating when I say that my dad fires up the Traeger and makes better pork ribs than that.
Oh, absolutely. It's
had-
easy to do better pork ribs than that.
We had better ribs at Texas State Brazil.
Holy crap. That was so...
So our first
I
night
don't
in,
want Memphis barbecue.
I wanted to find a place where I could take the guys. It was nice, but not overly fancy. We could sit down, have a nice meal. And honestly, one of the calculations is without destroying the budget. So we go to Texas de Brazil. Yes, it's a chain, Ryan Wallace. I know it's a chain, but it's not a chain that you can eat at. It's not an Applebee's. Is there even one in Kansas City? I know they exist in kind of tourist places, but I'd never been to one. I'd never been to a Brazilian steakhouse. Is there a Brazilian steakhouse outside of Brazil that isn't a chain? No. I mean, it is what it is. They have skewers of delicious meats, and guys that call themselves gauchos walk around and slice meat right onto your plate. I don't know about you fellas, but that sounds like heaven. And it was.
It was delicious.
Amazing.
And what I loved about it is the waiter was like, we got this salad bar over here with like 4 million items on it. Don't fill up. He's like, don't fall for this shit.
That's exactly right.
Don't. Just go get some, get yourself started, get back here. And then we're going to bring you some mashed potatoes, some garlic mashed potatoes that were unbelievable. And how were the rolls, Zach?
Good. Very good.
Really? That's all you're going to say about
say?
the rolls? You were in a relationship for a good hour with these rolls.
Well, that was because, I really had like one before, and then he brought a bunch, and there were just a bunch in the thing, and no one was eating them, so I was like, yeah, I'll eat these.
And they brought cinnamon bananas.
Cinnamon fried bananas.
To cleanse your palate.
Which I didn't need that.
And that sounds really good to me, but I was cleansing my palate with my palate.
Yeah.
Like if I had still some filet in there, I took care of it with some different filet or some ribs, or what else do we have, guys?
Lamb.
Flank
I
steak.
did not have lamb. Never eat a food that, never mind.
Finish it.
That a person in Missouri would take to the porn store with them.
I don't know what to say.
Not what I was expecting.
We had prime rib.
If you missed it, a guy was arrested he had taken his goat with him to the porn store, and then some guy, well, actually, he wasn't arrested. The guy that tried to kidnap the guy with the pet goat at the porn store, that guy was arrested. So the weirdo in this case was not the guy with the pet goat in the porn store. It was the guy who tried to kidnap them. Now, I'm questioning whether the guy was actually trying to kidnap the guy or the goat. Or maybe the combination. Maybe they're a damn cute couple. I don't know. But that's the basis of that joke. Onward with the food.
Prime rib, bacon wrapped, filet mignon.
Regular
filet mignon. The flank steak was the best thing I had. That was really good.
It did. You had a couple cuts of flank steak that were rare.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like that.
They had ribs, and I think they were really good. I was trying to not use my hands because
Didn't have to. I just picked it off with a fork. It was amazing. It just rolled right off.
There was chicken.
they had chicken, but I didn't have any.
I
of
had
it.
some chicken. It was good.
The pork chop was really good.
I mean, it just everything about it.
Pork loin was really good.
Yeah, that was the best pork chop I've ever had in my life.
It was amazing. So anyhow, that's what we did. And then we were miserable. I'm not kidding, folks. I think Rowdy Gates ate 2 pounds of meat.
It was nuts. I just wanted more.
They had the little dot, red and green. You want more? You want to give him a break? He kept flipping it over to green. Oh, look at that. Flip it over to green. Oh, the sausage.
I just wanted to
How
leave
did
it
I
on
forget
green.
the sausage.
Oh, yeah.
God, the sausage was so
I
good.
just wanted to leave it on green because I felt like they just had a new meat every time. So I'm like, I don't want a new meat to come around and then be like, oh, he doesn't want food.
Hey, Zach, how did you know it was Brazilian sausage?
What?
Oh. Doesn't have pubes.
God. So that was a good experience. Bad experience? Everything about Memphis barbecue. Now, let me say this. The meal in the press box was good. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I didn't walk away from that going, wow, Memphis barbecue really impressed me. I can go to Joe's, and every time I go to Joe's in Kansas City, I'm like, that's damn good barbecue. I'm impressed. I don't walk away going, that was fine. If you are priding yourself, Memphis barbecue, look at us. And all I can say is, that was fine. The best thing Rendezvous gave us was free beer.
My beer was bad. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this into terms that experienced Kansas City barbecue people will understand. you could have the barbecue we had in the press box, which got us by. It was good. I went back for more. At halftime, they had put out more. I went back and got a little bit more. Or you could have Gates. You take Gates every day of the week. So we're not talking Q39 or Joe's or Jack Stack or any of the ones that have kind of become more known for Kansas City barbecue. You know, there's people that swear by Slaps. I've never been there. There's people that swear by this and that.
Arthur Bryant's.
I'm not an Arthur Bryant's fan, but some people say the original one's really good. I would probably take that over. If you put the Hog Wild from Memphis next to the original Arthur Bryant's, I'd go to Arthur Bryant's. And I'm sorry.
That says a lot about Fitz.
Yeah, it does. That's just the way. I guess I'm a little bit more elitist about my Kansas City barbecue than I realized. Because one, I didn't really pick up a lot of smoke flavor. I didn't think the rubs were that great. And two, what the hell are you doing with your sauces? That sauce at Rendezvous, what was that?
No, I don't know. It was so bad.
It tasted like they tried to make barbecue sauce, ran out of ingredients, and used something spoiled from the fridge. Not the fridge wholesale liquor. There's nothing spoiled from there.
I guess from Texas Cat 93 asked, what was the best food you had in Memphis? So
Texas Day Brazil.
Yeah, that was the Brazilian
Flank steak at
steakhouse.
Texas Day Brazil.
It was delicious.
My days working, taking care of my little ones can be a lot. I checked out care.com and it was so easy for me to find local, experienced, and background check sitters. Finding our babysitter was way more affordable than I thought. Care.com makes it super easy. Search for qualified candidates. You can view their profiles, read reviews and ratings, check their availability, send messages directly, get the help that you need. Care.com should be every person's go-to.
The NFL regular season is wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. The app is so easy to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays. Find bets in the new Explore tab. Make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, the best way to find popular parlays, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/247 and make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
From Email Wildcat 82, how many more years is the Big 12 committed to this bowl venue anyway?
I think they just re-upped.
It's been 84 years, and I can still smell the fresh paint.
With everyone. God. Everyone else redid their bowls. Some picked up Vegas. Some did this. I think the Big 12 just looked in the mirror and said, we're good. We got this.
Oh, that's so depressing.
We're going to go to the Cheez-It Bowl, whatever it's called, in 2 years. Liberty Bowl, Camping World Bowl.
If you fall below the Texas Bowl,
you're screwed.
It sucks. It sucks.
And the Texas
so
Bowl is
depressing.
an okay bowl. It's good in the rotation of bowls.
Man.
But it should be the worst bowl that the Big 12 has.
Yeah.
It should be 5 or 6.
Yeah, maybe.
I agree with that.
Maybe. I want a bowl. I'll take a secondary bowl in Vegas. That can be the worst bowl. You know what? Because the problem with the worst bowl is, do the fans really want to go to the worst bowl?
No.
If it's in Vegas,
they'll absolutely do something in Vegas in the future.
Well,
that stadium is insane.
They are. It's a Big Ten Pac-12 bowl.
I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, they've already set the new Vegas Bowl is between two other conferences. Well, they need to be like New Orleans or Phoenix and have multiple bowls.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I would say send the last Big 12 team to Vegas to play the Mountain West champion. Let's go.
Be fun.
It would be okay. more to lose than gain in that game for the Big 12, but still. I want the Music City Bowl. Fans would go to Nashville.
Oh, God.
Music City, Belk, Citrus, Outback.
We want to be an SEC school.
Holiday Bowl. One of those 5 bowls should be a Big 12 bowl.
I want the Music City Bowl so bad. I want to go back to Nashville so bad.
The Camping World being the one warm weather,
sexy pick.
Warm weather Eastern Bowl. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's a joke. Big 12 got the shaft.
Well, I mean, what I don't understand is why is the New Mexico Bowl not a better bowl? It'd be accessible. It'd be better than going all the way to Arizona. Sun Bowl, why isn't it a better bowl? But didn't the Big 12 briefly have the Sun Bowl?
Yes. Back when they were with the Gator Bowl as well, there was a 4-year stretch
nobody ever
2 years. 2 teams went to, or there were 2 years where they went to the Gator Bowl, 2 years where they went to the Sun Bowl.
Pick 2 bowls, do that. So you get some flavor. People are getting bored with these bowls. We don't have a charter flight to go to the bowl game, Big 12 Conference. People are driving, they're spending their money. You got to mix it up. You can't say, oh, these are good. And Orlando's cool to go to. That is one of the most expensive places in the United States to go to over the Christmas holiday because a lot of people take their families between semesters and go there.
Last one of the podcast from Zach's burner account. What's the best infomercial you've ever seen?
The name of the game is Ballbuster.
Ooh, it's kind of a tough one. Flex Seal's on every other second.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This storm season, you need the entire Flex Seal family of products.
I'm sorry, but the Slap Chop is my favorite of all time.
Hi, it's Fitz with Slap Chop. You're going to be in a great mood all day because you're going to be slapping your troubles away with the Slap Chop. Now look, here's a potato. 1 slap, you got big chunks for stews. 2 slaps, home fries in a second. And look at this. When you add a mushroom, the more you do it, the finer it gets. You don't have to switch any blades.
Because he ended up being a criminal.
Vince from the commercials has been arrested in Miami Beach for allegedly beating up a hooker who had allegedly bitten his tongue and would not let go. The Smoking Gun reports tonight that Vince Shlomi was arrested on February 7th on a felony battery charge. The police report says he met Sasha Harris at a nightclub and agreed to pay her $1,000 in cash for sex. But when he kissed her, she bit his tongue and would not let go, so he hit her. Kind of unfortunate that his newest pitch is for another product called the Slap Chop.
He got arrested for
what was Slap Chop?
It was a chopping thing that you hit.
Oh.
It cut up everything.
Yeah. He was obnoxious as hell.
He got arrested?
So obnoxious. Yeah, I can't remember.
He beat up a hooker?
Yeah, something classy like that.
Oh, I'm going to go look at this
anything
story.
from Billy Mays, because he was the king of the infomercial.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink.
And then,
hi, Billy Mays here.
Cocaine contributed to the sudden death of one of TV's most famous pitchmen. An autopsy report released on Friday said Billy Mays used the drug in the days before his death. His wife found him unresponsive in their Tampa, Florida condo on June 28th. Officials say the 50-year-old bearded TV personality died of a heart attack in his sleep.
I mean, Phil Swift is next.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair.
Phil Swift has taken that mantle.
Look, I want to say that it's the little copper pan that they throw the marshmallows and the chocolate in there, and they're like, it slides right out.
Has food sticking to your pan gotten completely out of hand? Tired of scraping, scrubbing, and all the scratches? Well, I've got the solution. Hi, Kathy Mitchell here with my new red copper cookware. The revolutionary pan made with non-stick ceramic and super strong copper. Guaranteed to stay scratch-free forever. No scratches, no sticking. It's lightweight yet super strong, so it won't scratch, peel, or chip into your food.
But that's because it's recency bias. It's up here. I see it all the time. Well, hands down, the best one is the ShamWow.
Hi, it's Vince with ShamWow. You'll be saying wow every time you use this towel.
The ShamWow.
That's the same guy.
Same guy as Slap Chop.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't forget. They straight up dumped red wine on a white carpet and just did that with the ShamWow.
Didn't work.
And then they were like, look, it's an entire glass of red wine in the ShamWow.
So stupid.
I loved the ShamWow commercials.
I saw I think it was in Branson, at Branson Landing, they had like a little kiosk where someone had rip-off ShamWows, and he was doing like the whole thing. He even had a headset.
Amazing.
And he was like doing the whole thing, like trying to get people to buy it. It was wild that...
Give me a ShamWow.
He was trying to mimic it, like almost word to word with a fake product.
Okay, so what's his name? Phil
Swift from Flex Steel.
I almost said Phil Steel, which would be a fitting name for Flex Steel. I bought some Flex Steel, and what they don't tell you, like they build that boat. This boat has no bottom to it, and we slapped this on and put some Flex Steel on, and then we went out fishing all day.
To show you the amazing sealing power of Flex Seal, we replaced the bottom of this boat with a screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. After a day on the water, not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry.
Number one thing on the product, let dry 24 to 48 hours.
They did let it dry, though.
I know, but they make it look like we did this and then we fished.
An entire day on the water.
It wasn't a week-long project. We did it in a half hour.
Flex tape, though, does work. If you have a busted pipe and you slap that on it, it works.
Do you use that at the pool?
Perhaps.
I've got a place in my underground sprinklers that I've sprung a leak, and I think I'm going to dig it out and try to put some Flex tape on it.
It'll work.
But you got to be able to dig it out and get it clean enough.
But I would. That's my Phil Swift impression.
Well, I got to say this. What we sprayed with the Flex Steel has been outside now for a couple years and has not rusted.
Are you calling it Flex Steel or Flex Seal?
Flex Seal.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And so it's like a flexible water animal?
Sure.
I don't understand.
Sure, you're going to use the voice again, aren't you? To lead us out.
And now, that's it for the podcast. Take it away, Seals.
Thank you, humans, for listening to our Talking Monkeys on the Power Cat Podcast. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to the Power Cat Overtime Podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor. Power Cat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street Publishing.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.